Hey everyone, it's Crypto Dynamic. This crypto market has been testing our patience, hasn't it? We've all just been kind of getting sick and tired of waiting to see what Bitcoin is going to do. But Bitcoin is ready to make a big move. So we're going to take a look at that. So let's jump in the charts. Because I want to make this video just because if we know that Bitcoin is going to make a move, good, bad, or ugly, we need to be prepared for it, right? So we're going to take a look at the possibilities because and what I like to do is look at the most optimistic viewpoint, the kind of middle of the road, and then also the optimistic worst case scenario. So we're going to look at those three things real quick. So we are looking for Bitcoin to finish out this 5-wave sequence of this ABC pattern, right? So I think a lot of people are in agreement with that. So I am just going to real quick, right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. So most optimistic viewpoint out there right now is that we have finished up that 5-wave like that, and we are headed up, right? So, and if that's the case, this will be wave 5, and looking at that $100,000 Bitcoin, like everyone's talking about. So, looking at this a little closer, like I said, that's the most optimistic viewpoint. To me, I think that this little bounce that we had here is just not big enough to be our wave 4. So if I were to draw this out, I would think that we've got one more bounce here, that 3 ended here, that this is actually a 4, and I think we're going to probably come hit our head around, anywhere from 42 to 40. Yeah, let's not say 45. So let's say about right there, and that will come down from there. One more bounce. I think that's a little too big. I'm just going to put about right there. Something like that. Okay. So I'm going to bring up the Fibonacci table just so we know that that gives us all of our support and resistance levels. Let me turn back to candles so I can just get a little more pinpointed here because we want to grab the bottom of that candle to the top. All right. So zooming back in. All right. So we see we've hit this, I think it's a 0.5 level. We're headed up. Like I said, I think we could hit our heads there on the 382 and then come back down. So back to the 0.5. So middle of the road scenario is that we've got this one more bounce, and then we're going to come down and retest this 0.5. So somewhere in this point, we could finish up that 5-wave pattern and then head up from there. Okay, now let's take a look at the most pessimistic view. And I know only a few of you had looked at my last video, so I'm just going to recap that. Every time that Bitcoin had made a correction in the past here in this sequence, at least, I'm going to measure, if we measure this out, we had from the top to the bottom 53% correction down. And once again over here, same thing. I'm just going to take the top of this longest candle. It's 53%, right? And then here once more on this one, from top to bottom, we dipped to 53%. All right, so if we're looking at same thing happening, because you know that with market manipulation and whales and such, and we see a big sell-off, so that we can get lower prices before heading up. So if this is a likelihood, and if we get one more bounce, like we said, to the 40s, 42, 45, somewhere around there, and measure that down, 53% is right there at that $20,000 Bitcoin. Because we see we did not have much resistance, so we won't have really good support. So I'd say if we don't finish up here between the 33,000, I feel that we will slip down to the 20,000. But, from there we'll head up. So either way, we're looking at a wave 5 headed up. It's just the best case, middle middle of the road in the worst case. So best case here, we finish that up. Where, you know, a little worse, we'll have to wait a little bit longer. And then worst case, we'll have to wait for it to hit 20 before heading back up. Okay, so I just want to show you this so we can plan accordingly. You know, if you be optimistic and you know, if you want to invest in some coins here, there might go sooner than later, but we might have to be a little more patient and make sure we protect ourselves for this big dip here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this and found it helpful. Make sure you like and subscribe so we can keep updated, and I will catch you on the next one. Thanks, guys. See ya.